Alex Hormozi scaled his business gym launch to multiple six figures. A few years ago, he exited the company for $46.2 million, and now he has a portfolio of companies doing over $200 million per year. But here's what most people don't know. YouTube is responsible for roughly 60% of his company leads, and his YouTube traffic converts 3 to 4 times more than any other platform. The problem is, over these years, he's posted thousands of hours of content about YouTube and content strategy, and it would take you days of your life to swift through it all. So to save you a lot of time, I did the hard part for you and found the best clips of Alex Hormozi talking about YouTube for business owners. In this video, we're going to break down Alex's best advice on YouTube that you can use to build a predictable client acquisition machine, but with a critical twist for B2B service providers. So let's get into it.
And so I have almost 900,000 followers on TikTok at the point of this video. And the amount of traffic that I get from my TikTok, despite being about a tenth of my follower count, is only 2.5% of all of the traffic that goes to my page, which I've tracked on our CRM. And so it basically has 1/4 the effectiveness per unit compared to the other platforms, which means that some other platforms are disproportionately making up the volume. I am rating it an F, and it's something that I'm not putting a ton of time and attention into because there are other platforms that are making me way more per unit of time, money, and effort I'm putting in. So the next platform is the Tubes, which if you're watching this on YouTube, then this is for you. 28.6% of our traffic comes from YouTube. All right, so a massive amount. But there's another caveat that I want to put on top of this. Our YouTube traffic converts at 3 to 4 times every other platform. So when these clicks that go here are worth a ton. And so the actual percentage of the contacts that we create, people who want to become portfolio companies, business owners that want to scale and go to acquisition.com, almost 60% of those contacts actually come from YouTube originally.
So this is huge. Alex ranks TikTok as F tier and YouTube as S tier for making money because YouTube sends fewer visitors, but those visitors are far more valuable. Here's what he's getting at. Average session length from TikTok is about 8 seconds versus 91 seconds from YouTube. And 60% of his portfolio leads originate from YouTube. Now, this is where I need to add context for B2B service providers. Alex is right that YouTube is the best platform for ROI, but here's what he doesn't tell you. Because his audience is massive, you don't need 3 million of his subscribers to make this work. For B2B service providers, ops, consultants, fractional executives, specialized agencies, you don't need viral reach. You need 500 views from the right people to book 10 qualified calls worth $50,000 in pipeline value. By the way, if you're a business owner who also wants to start a business channel, click the first link in the description to book a call with me and I'll walk you through how this could be done. Absolutely for free, no strings attached. I'll see you there. This is what I call the micro channel advantage. Alex's content attracts business owners at scale. Your content should attract premium buyers who self-qualify by watching 15-minute deep dives about technical problems that your service is solving. High view counts attract browsers. Strategic technical content attracts buyers. And this brings us to something that Alex does but almost everyone else misses. Hyper-specific avatar and disqualifying people.
But there's definitely some platforms where we get higher returns for our avatar, which is business owners. And so for you and your avatar, looking at the stats should give you where you should put your time so you can make the most money, especially if you're on a budget and you can't do 10 platforms.
Notice what Alex does here. He explicitly disqualifies people who aren't his ideal client. This is critical for technical B2B agencies. Your YouTube channel shouldn't try to attract everyone. It should repel the wrong people and magnetize the right ones. If you're a growth consultant or agency, your content should make it immediately clear this is for scaling SaaS companies with scaling challenges, not startups figuring out their MVP. When you disqualify aggressively, the people who do qualify pay closer attention because they know you're speaking directly to them. Don't be afraid to narrow your focus because the riches are in the niches. Now, if you're thinking, okay, I'll focus on the right platform and the right audience, here's where most people hit the wall. The learning phase and time horizon.
Seize the overnight success, right? What I want you to do is go to my podcast and look at the timestamp of my first episode. It's 2017. 5.5, 6 years ago, it just now hit the top 10. And in that 6-year period, I did not miss. Every week, 1 to 3 podcasts for 6 years. And so people are making podcasts and thinking in 90 days they're somehow going to blow up. When the reality is that you're finding your voice for the first year. You're figuring out what way you communicate. You're learning how to teach, how to entertain, how to present. You're learning how to speak. And you're also learning about the stuff that you're learning meantime.
Alex is brutally honest here. He says the first year is mostly finding your voice and learning to teach, entertain, and present. His podcast started in 2017 and only hit top 10 status after roughly 6 years of consistent posting. Now here's my take on this for B2B businesses. You can't skip the learning phase, but you can't afford to waste 6 years filming the wrong content. This is why outlier research exists. Instead of guessing which topics will resonate and spending 20 plus hours filming videos that won't convert, you need a system that predicts which videos will generate calls before you film them.
I would encourage you to just start, and then all you have to do is every month or every week, look back at the 3 videos you made the week before and just try and improve one thing.
Alex had the luxury of volume and time because he was building a media empire. You're building a client acquisition machine. That means every video needs to serve business, not just build an audience. We've found that technical service providers who use data-validated topics can start booking qualified calls within the first 30 to 60 days of consistent posting, not 6 years. The learning phase is about learning what your buyers need to hear, not learning how to entertain millions of people. Keep this in mind because once you understand the time investment required, the next principle becomes absolutely critical. Obsess over thumbnails and intros, but not for the reasons that you think. Alex says if you obsess about anything, obsess about the first 8 seconds.
Number 1 is the thumbnail. One of my last 2 videos was no BS advice on how to get rich in 10 years. And we split test 9 different thumbnails. And so thing 1 is the thumbnail matters a lot. Thing 2 is the first 8 seconds of—
He gave an example where his team had tested 9 different thumbnails for one video and they reshot the intro 8 times, shrinking it from 30 seconds down to 8 seconds to get retention right. Here's where I agree and disagree. For general business content targeting millions of people, yes, you need that level of polish. For technical B2B services, your thumbnail and intro need to do something different. You don't want 100,000 views from tire kickers. You want 500 views from premium buyers who recognize their exact problem in your title and thumbnail. This is where you use custom graphics for complex technical concepts in your videos, not because they're pretty, but because they signal immediately this is for people who understand X problem at Y level of sophistication. Your intro should answer, why should I listen to you? With proof, not entertainment. Show client results, drop names of tools that only your ideal buyers will recognize. The goal isn't to hook everyone. The goal is to hook the right one person. And speaking of why should I listen to you, this leads you to something even more important that Alex talks about constantly. Proof, status, and why should I listen to you. Alex hammers this point home constantly. Every viewer has an unspoken question. Why should I listen to you? He recommends using real proof, real client testimonials, visible success stories, and your own journey from zero to where are you now.
If it works for you, awesome. If it doesn't work for you, no sweat. Here's 20 of my clients. This is the stuff that I'm doing with them right now. Rosie was struggling with some skin condition. We started giving her magic pills and look at her skin now. It's amazing, right? But like this is what, it might not work for you, but this is what worked for her. And this will work for him. And this will work for my clients, right? Not what you should do. As soon as you point out, people hate you. Because it sounds like you're preaching. It sounds like you have an ego, and I just don't think people like that.
This is a non-negotiable for B2B businesses. But here's the nuance. Your proof needs to be specific to your buyer's sophistication level. If you're targeting struggling e-commerce businesses, they don't care that you help businesses grow. They want to know what was your ad spend before? What was your ROI, your cost of acquisition? Your proof language needs to match their internal metrics and outcomes. And this is why how I content beats how-to content for technical services. When you say, here's how I helped a SaaS company reduce their marketing costs by 40% using my unique meta ads approach, you're not preaching, you're demonstrating authority through specific results. Frame your content as this is what worked for my clients in your exact situation rather than generic how-to advice. Now, once you've established proof and authority, the natural question becomes, how much content do you actually need to create? And this is where Alex's framework becomes really interesting. Platform-specific packaging and why you should ignore it. Alex talks about how the same content can be packaged differently for each platform. TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Reels, LinkedIn.
Same person, just packaged a little differently. This tweet here, then getting put into a TikTok, then also getting put into a YouTube short, and then also getting put into a reel. It's the same concept, the same subject matter, but we package it a little bit differently.
For technical B2B services, I'll be direct. This is a distraction. You're not trying to go viral on TikTok. You're not trying to build a personal brand for brand's sake. You're trying to attract premium buyers who are actively searching for solutions to technical problems. That happens on YouTube, LinkedIn, and not TikTok, not Instagram Reels. Focus on long-form YouTube content that position you as an expert and repurpose key insights to LinkedIn, text posts, and carousels. Skip the platforms where your buyers aren't making purchase decisions. This is about strategic focus, not omnipresence. And this brings us full circle to why Alex does all of this in the first place, and it's probably not what you think. In his long-form business advice videos, Alex opens up about establishing his credibility. 13 years in business, 9 companies sold, a 46.2 million exit, and a portfolio doing over 17 million per month. But here's what matters. He explicitly states that he started making free content to make business education accessible and to attract business owners who might become portfolio companies for acquisition.com. And this is the model for technical B2B services. Your content isn't the business. Your content is a strategic inbound engine for high-value deals. Every video you publish should be designed to attract problem-aware buyers who already understand they need your solution, not to educate people from zero. This is why we focus on retention-based editing and outlier research. We're optimizing for qualified call volume, not subscriber count. And notice his strategy: sell to reach people first. For technical B2B service providers, this means focusing on premium buyers who can afford 20K contracts and not DA wires or tire kickers. Your YouTube strategy should reflect this. Create content that attracts high-value clients, not mass audiences. Once you understand this, everything else falls into one place. By the way, if you're a business owner who also wants to start a business channel, click the first link in the description to book a call with me and I'll walk you through how this could be done. Absolutely for free, no strings attached. I'll see you there.